can save the world.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Speaking with the Speaker. We are talking one of my favorite and our favorites of all-time cartoons, animations, whatever you want to call this. It's Avatar, The Last Airbender. If I could say it right, that would be helpful. Avatar. And so just wanted to say hello to everybody in the chat. We've got CredSox5 who's popped in. Hello. We've got Kamikaze D, Chris Persia, Lady Mist, Adega Outlaw, and I think that's everybody who said something in the chat so far. So welcome, everybody. Thanks for being here with us. Yeah, we're excited about this. I've been putting this one off for a long time just because, I don't know, I was always afraid I couldn't do it justice because it's just
so amazing.
Yeah, it's so good. And I kept like bribing my kids. I'm like, you've got to be on there with me today. It can't just be me.
Oh, I wanted to be on there.
Because
none others.
Yeah, I'll miss some of the important stuff. So if and hail Pat S, thanks for popping in. If you guys think of anything in chat that we're forgetting, or favorite episodes, or I mean just anything, throw it out there and we will include it, because like this is such a good show. Now, I have to be honest here. When this was originally on Nickelodeon, I remember people were talking about it, and I was at a point in my life where I was just like, I was kind of just done with it. And some of the kids that I knew that liked this, I was just like, well, I can't trust their taste. And they're not my kids. But it's just, so it's like, I never did. And then I don't know why or how, I think my kids started watching it one time, and
I think we were at grandma's.
Yeah, that's true. We were out at my mom's, and they were watching it, and I ended up sitting down watching an episode. And I mean, I can't remember what episode. It was like in the middle of a season, though. It was in the middle of the first book. Yeah, and just instantly just fell in love with this. It was so much fun. And it just gets better. I mean, every season is tremendous, but like, it really built on itself. I don't know if that's how you guys felt about it, but yeah. So when's the first time you guys remember that being the first time you guys saw it was out at grandma's? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what, I guess we can start off with so I want to talk about the elephant in the room for just a moment, and I'm going to do that using Thomas Sanders and a TikTok that he did. So I'm going to share this with everybody.
Also, real quick, hail Lady Mist.
Oh yeah, hail Lady Mist. So hang on just a second. Well, I'm going to pull this up because this pretty much describes how I think everybody feels about this particular subject. So yeah, let's go ahead and play this.
What you watching?
Airbender.
Avatar! That's right, it is on Netflix. What you think? Holy shit.
It's really good.
Oh, you at the movie. Great. I'm so glad you're being exposed to that. I'm gonna go back up the stairs and...
My favorite character is
That's not how you pronounce it. Oh, just keep going.
I like how slow the fighting is.
It's supposed to be a lot faster than that.
Now it's not funny at all.
Why? Why is it so unfunny? They took all the comedy out of the original source material. Please tell me when it's over.
Look at all the white people.
Yeah,
what you watching?
Yeah, you cannot talk about Avatar really anymore without
bringing up
the movie, the real. I mean, it just it was so. I was so excited to see the movie because I thought M. Night Shyamalan. He'll do it, or Shyamalan. I don't know how you say his last name. Every time I say it different. Okay. But he, I thought he's gonna be okay. He's gonna do good. Oh my gosh! No. It was.
And it's like, it's Avatar: The Last Airbender. It has to be good.
Yeah.
No.
This is just not at all. This is one of those things they should have just went. We're gonna leave that alone. But somebody, I think it was Kamikaze, was saying something earlier in the chat that they're thinking about continuing on with the series and going
live action TV series.
Well, I've also heard they're thinking of doing the animation as well. That they're going to. Continue on through the Avatar cycle. So, but there's
like Legend of Korra.
Yeah. So it's like complicated because the next one would be Earthbenders and then the next one would be Fire, and it's complicated because of how long. They're wondering how they're going to do it because the next time period would be rough because would be in like our 60s or 70s. Yeah.
Well,
And
if they did that, it wouldn't have Aang or any of the other
Original cast.
right.
It'd have to
Well,
use the cast from Legend of Korra.
No, I was meaning
Or-
like they ended the cycle in Legend of Korra, and so none of the previous avatars
Oh, yeah.
are
Yeah.
in the cycle anymore. So it completely ruined everything.
I don't really speak of Korra, the Legend of Korra. I didn't really like the announcer. The announcer for that, because the original in the original Airbender, it was the guy who played the voice of Avatar Roku who would do the intros, previously on Avatar, and he had really deep, cool voice.
Mhm.
And then, but the
And
guy,
it's like a super fast pace. Like,
it's like
last time on Legend of Korra.
and it's like in 1930. This time on, and it's just such really nasal. I'm just like,
It reminds me
oh,
of the Clone Wars, like at
Yeah.
the beginning of the Clone Wars, every single
which
time.
I didn't like that either. I didn't like the Clone Wars narrator. So I love the Clone Wars, but I hated the narrator.
Yeah.
I was just like, it didn't fit with everything else. And so anyway, but I just kind of overlooked that. But anyway, so, but yeah, no, I tried to get into Korra, and it's not terrible. It's just not really good either.
I watched the whole of the first book, and it was okay.
I think of a word that is
like,
awful.
It's not good, but it's not like terrible. Like, you can follow along and you can kind of see how things are and understand, but after that, it just kind of started going.
So we got people talking in the chat here. So let's see. Where did it? So we got Lady Mist. I made my mom watch this. See, yeah, you can't not love this. Well, my wife would probably hate it, but it's probably because it's close enough to anime that she'd be like, I would like it.
I don't know. She just doesn't particularly like cartoons.
Unless it
that's
says
okay.
Disney. If it says Disney, she likes it. Of course, I don't think she likes the new ones. So, but yeah, it's so good. It really is just, you can watch. It's like you say, I have watched this one, I don't know how many times. And once they started putting it on a streaming service, I started watching it like even more because we have like the DVD versions of it, and stuff that I bought for my kids for Christmas for them, of course.
And now it's in here.
And now
of all places.
It was out there earlier. But anyway, no, yeah. And then so Kamikaze say, hey, I just remembered the last of that song. And I was just watching that episode. In fact, we've got it going on back here. Me and my youngest daughter were watching that, and that's one of my favorites just because of the weird hermits or whatever they call them.
I want to. They're kind of like
wanderers. Yeah, just
nomads.
Yeah. There's
secret tunnel, secret tunnel, secret tunnel.
They made a remix of it, and it's kind of funny. I was in art class one time, and I was just painting along, and then it came on, sang the whole thing with it, and then everyone around my table was like, "Well, she likes that song," and I was like, "Yeah."
What?
No,
no,
it's actually horrible.
Yeah, no, she's I mean that is just such a funny up there, and every episode has our rabbit right now is called Fufu Cuddly Poops, and that comes directly from Avatar: The Last Airbender when he's training with Toph and Sokka gets stuck in the crack, and there's the little bear moose or bull moose or saber-tooth moose cub, moose lion or something. And I love the animals in this. I love it's like they just hodgepodged animals together and
like the platypus bear.
Yeah, platypus bear. And I love when they're talking to the Earth King and they're like,
"Is it
this kind of bear? Was it?"
That's when Katara finds the announcement that the king's having a birthday party for his pet bear. Oh, must mean a platypus bear. List off a bunch of things.
No, it just says bear. And everybody's just confused that it's just a bear. And I don't know. I love.
All say is weird.
Yeah, but no, Lady Mist. M. Night Shyamalan should be prosecuted for what he did to that. That's like the sequel trilogy of Star Wars. We just want to just erase that. Just pretend, nah, it never happened. That was oops. Nope, that not real. But yeah.
I remember when you brought the live action movie home, where you like bought it for us to watch for a night or whatever, and we all watched it, and then afterwards,
we're all just like,
well, I need some bleach.
Yeah,
Pardon me.
Gotta wash my eyeballs out. But yeah, no, it's just, I don't know. I love. I mean, so many of these episodes, and what they did in the live action movie, where the Earthbenders are escaping from the prison. It was like horrifically choreographed. What do they call Bollywood? It was just so awful. I'm like, when a cartoon can do
better,
just better, like martial arts and stuff. I'm like, then real human, then that's a bit issue. But I like the guy. I mean, I remember watching the making of this. They brought in a guy who actually choreographed all of the I mean, he was a martial arts master, and he created a type of martial arts for every single one of the elements.
Well, I know the water bending's based on Tai Chi. The other, I think fire bending's based on like a northern Shaolin type of fighting style. I don't remember exactly. I know I saw it at one point. Also, Pat S was wondering if we could bend, what would we bend?
Fire.
Fire or earth for me.
Yeah, I think I'm probably an earthbender. Although it'd be cool to be the airbenders and be able to fly. That would, because if somebody asked me what superpower I wanted, it would be flight. So that's a toss up there, but I'd probably go with Earth, just because I love Toph's character and the fact that she loves being depicted in the play as a man. It's this big. I sound like a big burly man. And you're like, yeah, doesn't that make you mad? No.
That's tough. Are you kidding? I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah. So it's but yeah, no,
and I gotta agree with Cred Socks that episode was really, that ending was sad.
Oh, and see, I think what's his name? The guy that plays the voice of Iroh.
Mako?
Yeah, Mako. I think he died just after that episode. Yeah, they had to bring in somebody else because you can tell there's a slight difference in Iroh's voice from the episodes after that.
And I heard that's why he didn't talk as much during the first book, or the first few episodes of the third series. Third book. Yeah.
They probably had to cut quite a bit of it, because I mean, nobody can be that guy. I mean, that guy was in Conan the Barbarian, the original Conan. He plays the wizard. I mean, I've kind of watched him and listened to his voice ever since then, just because he's got one of those really cool, distinctive voices. Hail, Curtis! Thanks for popping in.
I think he also plays or voices. What's the antagonist on Samurai Jack?
I never watched Samurai Jack, and I know I'm gonna get crap. You've never watched, because I just never got around to it yet. It's on my list. My list is so long at this point that I'm never gonna finish it. But so Lady Miss says she would be an airbender.
You know,
so I'm right there. It's close.
It's cool because you actually wouldn't be able to see any of the air coming towards you, but in the series you can see it just so you can.
They make it light blue. That's why my graphic is light blue, because it's Avatar: The Last Airbender. Something you didn't really need to know or care about, I'm sure.
Good job, Dad.
I know, right? I'm right. Detail. But yeah, I feel old now. Why? Why do you? Did I miss something? Does anybody know why he feels old? I feel old a lot. I feel old. Of course, I'm 47, so I actually am. Thank you.
I'm starting to feel old, and I'm not even that old.
Whatever. If you're old, I'm dead. So, but yeah, no. See, yeah. So Curtis is saying Samurai Jack is good. Ronnie, how do you say that? Ronnie Kanishin is cool too. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go watch that one. I got to put it on. I got to put that on my list of things, because I hear a lot of people talk about it, but in fact, I don't even know if is that on a streaming service? Do you guys?
I've
Samurai Jack?
I think it is, but I haven't looked.
If anybody knows what if that's on a streaming service, let me know because that's how I keep track of stuff.
Way from to Bossing.
All of the songs in there, I will never forget.
I love Iroh. Yeah, I love Iroh, and he's singing, and he's always just like, hey, oh, what's he say when like Zuko comes back on the ship, and he's like, "You missed music night. So and so played or sang a solo, and it was beautiful." And I played the Zuki horn or whatever. I love the sounds of the music that goes through this. It's got some really cool, stuff that the different notes and music or instruments. That's what I'm trying to say. The different instruments that they use and stuff throughout it. I was just like, I love that stuff. It's one of my favorite. It's one of the reasons I like Kubo and the 2 strings. If you've ever seen that film, I love that film mainly just because of the music. Well, it's a great film, but I mean the music in it was really great.
I like My Guitar Gently Weeps. That's a really good song.
A very good version of that song because I can't remember who did that originally. It was like the Beatles or something like that originally did that song. Hey, Brianna, in the next room because you wouldn't come in here and talk this time. That's one of my kids. Let's see. It's okay, so it's on Hulu. So I'll have to put that down and go. It's on the adult. Oh, okay. All right. So that's another place we can find it. But yeah, I forgot his name in Google. It fails me a lot. Like there's times where people get messages from me and they're because Siri's just like, I'm going to say something that isn't even close to what he actually said because that'll be funny. Okay, so it's on. Oh, all right. So there's some places we can go watch that if you haven't watched that, like me. So if you guys can you think of a favorite episode?
The very last episode. I know that's kind of like, oh, of course, but it's one that I will never forget and could watch over and over and over again.
That's the big one where the Fire Lord and okay, that's the big.
I think that's the climax of the fight.
Yeah, because it starts in the first half, right, and then they finish it in the second.
Yeah,
I could watch the last 2 episodes, I guess, because that's where everything starts to like finalize and go.
I love when Zuko finally becomes part of the Avatar team, which is something when I was originally watching this, I did not see that coming. I did not think that was how that was going to play out. No. Very, very good subversion of expectations. That's how you do it, Ryan Johnson. When you subvert expectations in a good way. You don't try and screw everybody over.
He's the main antagonist in the first book. In the second book, he's kind of a...
He goes back and forth. He's
like a secondary antagonist, maybe like a anti-hero almost.
Yep.
And then in the third book, he's kind of similar and then goes hero.
Yeah. Yeah, he kind of toys back and forth. And then
it's a really nice growth of character. Like, this is one of the first series where I really saw that happening.
Yeah, he does have a very good character arc where he battles with. In fact, I've heard a lot of people say that he's their favorite character because he's like one of my favorite episodes is probably the Blue Spirit, where he actually goes and saves Aang. He goes to save Aang. He goes to save Aang because he's been captured by Shan Yu archers or something like that by Admiral Zhao. Yeah, I wanted to say it like they did in that. The kid keeps calling him the wrong name, Admiral Zhou. It's Zhao. Sokka is so good. He is he is definitely the comic relief for the show. He just kind of keeps it.
I know,
but I mean, during the
second
and third book, he really becomes much more
serious.
Yeah, he's still the comic. He doesn't change dramatically, but he's still like he can be more serious and he can actually do much more stuff than he could before.
Yeah, I love the big battles in this. Like one of my absolute favorite moments in all of this series is when the moon spirit has been killed and Aang walks into the water and she says it's over and he goes into the avatar state and all the voices together. He's like, no, it's not over, and goes into the pool. And I'm just like, that's the coolest thing
initially,
ever.
He's like, the water's like knee high, and then he just
disappears. It just
the fights in this are so well detailed.
I couldn't shut the beeper off for my texting. I'm using my phone to broadcast this today because my internet companies suck. But yeah, Zuko here.
When Sokka's, or maybe it's Katara, no, it's Sokka, they're like saying what happened to their mom or just going really serious, and then Zuko's like, "That's rough, buddy."
When he's my first girlfriend turned into the moon.
Oh yeah,
that's rough.
Yeah.
That's rough,
buddy.
One of my favorite, or some of my favorite episodes are the Tales of Ba Sing Se.
Oh yeah, where you get little clippets of everybody. I love the Sokka where he's trying to do the haikus, and he's battling it out with that chick, and then he screws it up, and the big guy like hurls him out of the. It's sad. I've got almost all these episodes memorized. All you have to do is start telling me apart, and I'll be like, "Hey, sorry, I'm terrible."
And Iroh's a really good character. And
yes. Iroh,
everything.
He's just such a good, complex character. You know, he's had to go through these horrible trials where he laid siege to the city of Ba Sing Se.
Initially, he didn't see like that as being evil or anything. It's like, oh, if we don't raise it to burn to the ground first.
Yeah.
And then so he changes from this really.
Well, he's all kind of bought into the Fire Nation's history of we're going to conquer everything.
And make it all a better place. And then once his son dies, he realizes just how terrible war is and how much it needs to change. Sparky Boom Man.
His names for things are just so good. I love when they're watching the play and he goes to the guy that's playing him in the play and he's like, you need to just make up words and stuff.
Kick a pow.
And then when you actually see him first put that character into place, the other characters are like, what the?
Yeah, like, what just happened? Who are you? I'm just a guy who likes humor. Yeah, it really is so good. And yes, Iroh's story about his son it's just when he's going through that and he's gathering the stuff up and then and he's like helping people as he's going along, and then you realize what he's doing at the end. You're just like.
Also, I have to point out, I watched a video that he was helping. So he first helped a small boy, then he helped like adolescent boys, kind of, and then he helped that young man who
tried to rob him.
And he's basically helping how his son was in his life.
Yeah,
like the different stages of his own son's life. So he's helping these people in the same way he wished he could have helped his son better.
That's so sad.
I know.
I like how Iroh's one of the characters that's like.
Know
that he's strong. I guess in the beginning you don't know he's strong, but like you get there, you know he's strong, but he never flaunts it. He's never like, I'm gonna beat you I'm stronger.
He's more of the truth of strength, like I am strong, but I do not need to prove to you that I am strong.
Well, usually the people who mouth off about how strong they are the guys that get their butts kicked quickest. And in anime,
and it's
that's
so
how it
nice
works.
To watch. You're like, that's what you deserve.
Yes, absolutely.
That was a very beautiful scene when that happened.
Yeah.
I never knew how like good she actually was until she gets mad and like she actually like shows off.
And the blood bending thing is just so creepy. Like that woman when she learns how to do that episode, it's like, okay, she's a little creepy.
It is. It's probably like the creepiest episode, but it is. All of them are my favorite.
Yeah.
But that's the one that I also remember.
I especially hated when the dolls fell out of that closet. I hate dolls. Just like.
So you don't watch the Chucky movies, is what you're saying? You're not a big Chucky fan.
Burn fire.
I really like when Sokka meets his master and goes through all of those.
That was good.
So you never did say what your favorite. Do you have? Well, no, I kind of went off on a different thing. So.
Well, I liked the Tales of Ba Sing Se, but a specific episode. Yeah, I liked the Sokka's master one, especially when they're trying the weapon. Like, You do? Shopping! Maybe a new weapon will help me.
I like how without Sokka, they're like,
what do we do now?
We're here. No, we're here. You knuckleheads have no idea what you're doing, do you?
Because Katara tries to joke, and Toph's just like, that's not the same thing. I love Toph because she's just the deadpan. She's the reality check of the group. And she always kind of has to be literally their anchor to reality, it seems like, most of the time.
A lot of the time, yeah.
Honestly.
And Katara's the mother of the group.
Mm-hmm. And Aang's the prankster. I love the fact that he, all the airbenders, his master, when he's like with his master, and they make the cakes and they throw the pies off.
And they just nail those other monks who are meditating.
It's just because, and then Iroh brings that up in one of these things when he's teaching Zuko how to redirect lightning. In that episode, he talks about that. He's like,
great sense of humor.
Oh my gosh, I've never thought about that.
Yeah, because Iroh brings that up, the fact that they were known for being kind of tricksters and stuff, even by people that weren't part of their thing. So Pat S asked us who had the best redemption arc.
Zuko.
Yeah, I was trying to think if anybody else has to go through a real severe.
No one ever really tries to change their
Katara
ways.
kind of does, but she doesn't change really by the end of the episode. She just accepts Zuko more.
Yeah. Well, I think Aang has something of a redemption arc because, basically he walked away in the very beginning.
He tried to run away from it.
And not because he couldn't have children or get married like they talk about in the movie.
He was going to be taken away from his master.
But yeah, he didn't want to have to go. And so he ran and stuff. And so he has to deal with the fact that a lot of this is happening because he ran. And for 100 years, people have been suffering and stuff.
That makes me think of the Storm episode.
Yeah.
Where he really talks about that. But it's also like, if you'd stayed, you probably would have died.
Yeah, would have been killed. Because he was young and he hadn't learned any of the other bending stuff.
So him running away potentially saved the world. But that's one of those paths left untrodden kind of things. I
really like the episodes where Roku comes back and explains what's happening, and they go through some of the story arc, especially where he goes through and tells Aang exactly how everything started. And it's kind of a parallel episode. Zuko's learning the same thing at the same time as Aang is finding it out from. So he's learning it from a scroll, and Aang's learning it from Avatar Roku, and it's just kind of a cool thing to parallel, and then to find out that Zuko is actually related by blood to Avatar Roku and Aang, I believe.
No,
it's just different.
It's Roku's friend who turns bad.
That's right.
What's his name? He's like the man who set it off. Yes.
Yeah,
thank you.
Sozin. Yeah, because they named the big nasty Cobbit after him. But yeah, it has so many. For what was mainly a kid's cartoon, it really has a really complex story. And it's back when kids were, they actually expected more from kids. Like it's just like, hey, we're not going to dumb this down to make everybody feel stupid. We're going to make you come up to our level.
It's like good and bad. Like when you see especially in the third book, where you really start to see the humanity of the Fire Nation, like the guards at the Boiling Rock, where they're just kind of talking and joking.
Yeah.
Trust me, you don't want to. But you really start to see they're not. Most of them are not bad people. They've just been raised in a bad way.
They've been brought up to believe. Especially, and you see that in the episode where Aang goes to school, where they're, and stuff. So, because then, they're being taught that, which has parallels to what's happening in our school system right now, but we won't go into that.
I love how they stand up and they're all like, it's almost like the Pledge of Allegiance, but like their version. And then Aang, instead of being quiet, he's like, Fire Nation.
Blah, blah. And then one girl's like, starts laughing at him. But yeah, Fire Lord. I don't know. That whole episode is funny, especially when Sokka and Katara have to come and play his parents at school. Thank you for telling me.
Long fire. When we get home, you're going straight to your room, young man.
Isn't her name Fire or like
Sapphire Fire?
Sapphire Fire. Well, and then when I think if somebody put a gun to my head and said you have to pick one, I would pick the episode where they go to where's Boomy the king of? Bossing say it's
Omashu.
Good lord.
So it's the first episode where they go and he has to go through all the trials and stuff like that. I really like that episode, and I love Boomy as a character. He's just a nut job in the snort.
I seem to have lost my pet. Can you help me catch him?
I really like the episode where you see Boomy as a kid, and it's for a split second.
That's the same.
That's the same one because like Aang and him are like they go down. That's when he takes him on the slide for the very first time. So.
Yeah.
What do you see? Mail delivery system. That's what they want you to see. But you know what you.
Boomy, you're a mad genius.
The world's greatest super slide.
I like how Aang has a friend on almost every continent. I don't think
and he says when you first meet him, or when Katara and him go on that ship, that he's got a friend. Okay, I have friends all around the world, and I've never heard of some war.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then as you go through the series, you actually start to find out who the friends were. God, there's so many good episodes. I was gonna say my favorite episode, and I'm just like, I've already said my favorite.
Right.
I also like it where the episode where they go and meet the Kyoshi warriors for the first time.
Oh,
and he gets accused of being a murderer.
No, that's the wrong one. Dad.
Is it? No, it's not.
When they meet the Kyoshi warriors, it's like the third episode, and they go to their island. The one where he's accused is when
I thought that was the same
something
episode.
the Conqueror, and then they go
Chin
through
the Conqueror. Yeah,
they go through
that's
Kyoshi's
different.
story.
Because
they have to go back.
That different town.
That's right. They do come back. All right, sorry.
And I love that episode. So where it's like, Uncle, it's fine. I'm calm. Well, we lost him. What?
The candles. You need to open a window in here.
Let me see that. The Avatar is clearly a master of evasion. You have no idea where we're going, do you?
Yeah, and
I know it's by water.
They're just going to all of his favorite spots from like 100 years ago. I want to ride a giant koi fish. There's so many great, but I like what's her name? Kyoshi. When he actually
Avatar Kyoshi.
When he actually becomes her, and like you get to hear that story of how she beat it. Well, she just pushed him apart, and then he fell in the ocean for being a putz. But I mean, it's just.
I do like how you do get to find out past Avatar's story, so it's not just all about Aang. You get Roku, you get Kyoshi, you get a waterbender, you get a little bit of his, but I don't remember his name.
Okay, Red Sox. Who voiced, or who was Robert Patrick voiced, or who did he voice? You're gonna have to. I wasn't paying. I wasn't watching it.
Rambling.
I got lost in the. So I didn't know. So Robert Patrick, if I'm thinking right, is the guy that played the Terminator in Judgment Day.
Zuko, maybe?
No, the guy that plays the voice of Zuko.
Sokka's master.
Oh my gosh! Now that you say that, okay, yeah. Now I feel that makes sense. No, the guy that plays the voice of guy's got the scar. Zuko is sorry, I lost it. It was stuck right there. He's actually the guy who plays in Hook. He plays the guy that replaced it. He's got the skunk head, like the red. That's the guy who voiced. Just lost his name again.
You got it. I like how you can hear people's voice.
Yeah.
Like you hear them and you're like, that's Zuko, that's Sokka. Like you can hear them no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it took me a while. I'm like, God, that guy's voice sounds really familiar, and it's the same guy that played the voice, or was what was that kid's character name in Hook?
I haven't seen Hook
just
in
one of the Lost Boys?
No, he was like the leader of the Lost Boys.
The one who replaced Pan.
Yeah, when Pan left the first time.
I know.
Donnie Brasco is his name, but yeah, he's just. He did really great stuff as Zuko. I got his name.
I haven't seen that movie in so long. I have to go watch it again, I think.
But yeah, he did such a good job in that. Iroh did it too. He finally acceptance. Yeah. I mean, they all kind of have something of a slight redemption arc. That's true. I never really thought about it like that, but But yeah, it's
but
Zuko's is definitely the most pronounced out of all of the.
Yeah, because Iroh's I think happens mostly before the events of the TV series.
He just kind of infers because like at one point, Zhao is Zhao. I'm fired.
You know what my dad said right before we came on? I was like, Dad, we're going to have to help you with their names. He's like, no, I know Avatar so well. I'm good with their names.
I know them. It's just getting them to come out of my old brain that kind of is a problem. That's the problem here. Because it's kind of like a cat, or it's kind of like a casino, which one of the slot machines. Yeah, I never know whether I'm going to get 2 lemons and an orange or what. I don't know what's coming out. It might be.
Character again.
Ong.
Maybe.
But
we got Cred Sock saying Dante, and maybe they meant Dante Bosco instead of Danny Bosco.
I can't. I know. Yeah, I know who he means though. But it's that kid that played in Hook.
Dang.
Rufio. Thank you, Curtis. You're the man. Rufio. Oh, yeah, when he's riding around. Anyway, yeah, I love that movie, despite the fact that it didn't do very well. I mean, that's Robin Williams back when he was at his best.
You can't hate anything with Robin Williams.
No. Hail, Ironcaster. Thanks for popping in. So I'm trying to think of. So we've talked about favorite episodes. Do you have a favorite character? Did we already talk about?
I was just about to say, who's your least favorite character?
Okay, let's do that. Who's your least favorite?
Before,
yeah, we've always done favorites. So.
Least. Oh, I didn't even think about this beforehand.
This is a brain buster. Okay, everybody out there on chat, who's your least favorite? When they show up, you're just like, please just kill that person.
Like dislike as in just how they present their character,
or just like they were so annoying.
Yeah,
you're like,
just
why?
Wanted to see him go away.
No, Cabbage Guy is hilarious.
Cabbage
I
Guy.
love
cabbages.
I love how you see him everywhere. Like he never just goes away.
And they use him in the play. How did you get all this information? Well, there was a cabbage guy. There was a cabbage salesman.
Yeah.
He's like, there was
something about cabbage.
An unusually well-informed cabbage merchant. So that's how they come up with the information for the play.
What do they say when they first run into the cabbage guy? Or it's when they come to Omashu and Aang dresses up as like this old guy. And
Mr. Pippin Papalapalapas goes, I can't ever say that. I've tried for years. I can't. I love the fact that she walks up and she's just like,
the last
James Pippa-Papalapalapagas. And I'm just like, wow, you just pulled that out of your butt. That's impressive.
Anyways.
But who's Shu?
Oh, he's the weird guy that keeps changing names when they go to the island.
The floating
when they
town.
Which is another great episode, by the way. Is that right, Adega? Am I getting the right Shu? Because he's like, I'm Shu and my brother's like Lee, and then he keeps changing his name, and Sokka's like, "You're the same guy."
I knew you were the same guy. You're just changing hats. No, that's my brother.
You know who does that? My brother.
He's crazy.
He's crazy.
Okay. Yeah, we got it right.
Yeah. Okay. So that's.
I want to say Azula, but I think she's just so cool.
She's
a really good antagonist.
Yeah. And I love her two companions,
Kylie
and May. I thought May was going to be an annoying character because she's always just like, I've known girls like this in real life. Everything is so boring.
Please tell me you're going to kill me.
And the fact that she's got a thing for Zuko.
Oh my gosh, I love them. They're so
great together. Yeah, May. Oh May. Now if I'm thinking right, Cred Sox, that's the little girl with the pigtails that stick out, and she's in love with Aang.
Oh, the one from
the fortune teller. Yeah.
I can't see the
I'm
chat.
sorry. Oh, my computer screen's in the way. Azula is the best antagonist. We're all just like, all right.
I want to hate her, but I can't.
Gifted has
everything.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what happens when you're spoiled. Perfect. Well, yeah. Ironcaster, absolutely.
And
this is what happens when you're a spoiled brat.
Who's
Zuko's?
May. Okay, that May. Because there's that little girl that's named.
Something.
Isn't it May?
I think so. I don't know. I didn't like her.
Yeah, she's an annoying, but you feel bad for her because like she's totally into Aang, and he's just like he's off on trying to get to Katara, which I'm glad that they actually ended up together. And that's one thing you did learn in Korra, the Legend of
they had 3 kids
TV.
together.
Yeah,
I hated how they portrayed the grown-up Aang though, because they made him sound like a horrible dad.
Oh yeah, because he like focused on Titan. It's like, no, he would not do that.
No.
He wouldn't just. And you think Katara would let him do that?
Right.
she'd have been whooping his butt.
Anyways, who's the leader of the Dai Li?
Oh, the Long Feng.
I hated him, and I
love the guy. Clancy
Awesome.
Brown plays the voice of him. He is awesome. I love Clancy Brown, but he always plays a bad guy. Or very rare. Most of the time, he plays or voices a bad guy. He played the.
They just have such distinct voices
Yeah.
that you can't get out of it.
Yeah.
They're like, that's a bad
Well,
guy.
he played the villain in the original Highlander movie, and that set him like as a villain because he was so good as the bad guy in that role. Like they just never.
If there was any bad characters, I think I just was like, oh, they're bad.
Oh my
Get them out
gosh.
of here.
I think I might be siding with Kamikaze D here. Toph's parents.
Oh,
the annoying.
Who?
The
Wait.
teacher also irritated
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
The teacher and the guy that goes with the teacher to find Toph. I was always like, why are
I
they
was
back?
thinking the Rock guy because I love the episode where of Sokka's reaction when they're watching the tournament, the ring. They're boulders. He keeps talking about the boulder will rock you.
Who voiced SpongeBob? Or
Clancy Brown was Lex Luthor in DC's animated movie, The Red Death Adventure. Yeah, he has done so much vocal work.
wait, the guy who voiced SpongeBob voices the Boulder?
The
No way.
Where's that one at? Oh,
The boulders conflicted
Voice.
on fighting
What?
a little girl.
The Boulder feels conflicted on fighting a
What is
young
she-
boy
oh.
girl. Sounds like you're scared,
the
Boulder.
Pebble? I thought she called him like the Pebble or
Yeah,
something.
the Boulder's gotten over his conflicted feelings. Now he will bury you in a rock slide. Whenever you're ready, the Boulder.
No, that's when she says the pebble.
The Pebble.
Oh, Toph is hilarious.
I like the jungle episode.
Did he didn't do SpongeBob himself? Didn't he do other voice? God, I'm gonna have to go back and look through the SpongeBob. I love SpongeBob. It's one of those guilty pleasures that's just like I shouldn't like something, but my favorite one is just
camp.
one bite.
Oh gosh.
It's the one where
You won't be sorry.
where
think
SpongeBob's hassling Squidward to get him to try a Krabby Patty. Anyway, sorry,
He'll go
that's
straight
wrong.
to you
But-
something, and then he'll blow
Oh,
up.
Mr. Oh, that's right, he did. I forgot. Thank you, Cred Sox.
Ah.
Yeah. Oops. That jumped. Okay. Oh, that jumped again. So yeah, sorry, I'm clicking all the wrong. Yeah, that's right. I forgot he voiced Mr. Krabs. That's right. So yeah, no, it's just this is one of those. I mean, this will be a classic that we'll be showing our kids and I'll be showing their kids and my grandkids. So
Don't worry, they'll know when they come over. Before they come over.
do we have to go to Grandpa's? He's gonna make me watch anime all day long.
Oh, if my kid doesn't like anime, there's something
kick
wrong.
him through
Maybe.
the door
I don't
and
know
you're
if they're
like,
my
"Go
kid.
watch."
I need to have this tested.
Quality time.
You
I don't
like
think I don't think he's mine.
I think we got the wrong one. Is this switched at birth
Somebody,
scenario?
yeah, somebody swapped out my kid. I need one that likes anime. Do you have a? I don't think I came up with a.
No,
I thought-
Toph's parents. I guess that's who I was kind of.
least favorite character.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite character? This is going to be a tough one for everybody.
Zuko Iroh.
Okay. Oh no! Somebody puts a gun to your head and says you have to pick one character.
Zuko.
Sokka. Okay,
Maybe
Like,
Aang.
it's
I
between
love
Zuko
Aang.
and Iroh, but I think it's Zuko slightly more.
Yeah, boy, that's a tough one. I think I'd have to go with Iroh as well because he's just such a great character. Even
And
though he's
like
not the main.
foundation
Yeah.
for Zuko.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, without him, Zuko
Oh.
would have been a completely different person. And the fact that Mark Hamill does the voice of the Fire Lord. If you didn't know
Oh my
that,
gosh, he does. I forgot.
Yep.
Mark Hamill.
Luke Skywalker.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
And he does the Joker too.
He does the Joker. He does the Fire Lord. If you didn't know that, but yeah.
One of the most memorable moments I can think of.
Who was your favorite?
Zuko and Iroh is when Zuko meets Iroh when they go to Camp the White Lotus.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "I'm so sorry." He's just prepared this huge apology, and
then
Iroh
Iroh's
just
already
sweeps him in
forgiven
a
him.
hug, and he's like,
"I was never
How
angry.
can you forgive me so easily? I thought you'd be furious. I was never angry with you. I was sad because I thought you had lost your way."
Yeah.
James, you should just become a voice
actor.
I need someone to jump into one of these streams or go onto my channel and be like, "Hey, this guy he's somewhat interesting. He might have somewhere to go with this."
Do you do weird voices in your?
So yeah, if you don't know, Spartan072 has his own channel. He does game videos and what other? You've done some other.
I've done live stream gameplay,
gameplay.
I started working on like GMVs and AMVs, which are just game music videos and animated music videos.
Because he's the one that did my intro for last week, my new intro for anime streams. If you like that, he's the one that did it.
And I've thought about going to other things, but I haven't yet.
So, and it's Spartan072. If you can look him up on YouTube, and he's got his own channel. So,
please come check me out.
Yeah,
I need viewers.
He needs viewers.
Only you can hit that like and subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that bell so you get notified. Yeah. And don't forget to do it over here too.
Yeah. This is remind me of like the Watch Mojo videos. Do you ever watch those? They're so amazing.
I've seen Watch Mojo.
Oh my gosh! But at the end, I really like how they're like, and click the bell and just. So
I'm not that technology. My videos are never that tech savvy. They have all the little arrows pointing thing. I'm just like, I don't even have that arrow there.
I haven't
like, did they cut out some cardboard paper? Because I'm old. You know, I grew up when we still used paste in school, so to glue things together, and most people ate it. So.
Are you drawing an arrow?
But,
no.
So Roku is yes, yeah. Boy, that's yes. He really like. That's how I would have to put an arrow in one of my videos.
You just have to
write
go
an
down
arrow
and push that button right down below you. It's right there, and don't forget to like.
But, yeah, Roku. I love that guy's voice. That's what I mean. His narration really helped set the tone for every episode. Previously on Avatar.
That's the channel name.
Yep, Spartan072.
That'll be a lot easier than just trying to say it.
So, and then we've got, oops, I clicked on, yeah.
Yeah,
so,
that's fair, Lady Miss.
There it is. What Lady Miss say?
No favorite, like them all.
Yeah, it's tough. It's hard.
Like, I like them all, but Zuko and Iroh are just above for me.
What about Aang, Katara, Toph?
I do love Aang.
But
who are all the other people?
How Zuko changes and how he grows is just like the best character arc I've seen in anything that I can think of recently.
I really like Suki too.
Suki's a really good character.
She's a really good
I like their
female.
I like their first. All the female characters in this are how strong female characters should be.
Mm-hmm.
Like Suki, especially like when they first, like when Sokka was leaving, and he's like, "I'm sorry, I treated you like a girl when I should have treated you like a warrior."
Well, I'm a girl too.
I am a warrior, but I'm also a girl. Like, yes, you're a warrior and a girl. There's nothing wrong with being both.
Are you sure you know your gender? Aren't you confused? Yeah. No.
I'm a warrior, so treat me like a man.
Our Lord is bad. Oh, yeah.
That was very
thrown for when Aang's inside the rock bubble and he's just like...
That's when you know it gets serious, when he gets hurt and then pops. Oh my gosh, when he grabs the Fire Lord's
when his hand jumps out and
grabs him by the goatee.
And then when he
it's on now.
When he jumps out, the rock's just...
Oh my gosh, that was when you know that he was done for. You're like, this is the end of the fight, guys.
Can you tell we like this this series? Yeah. Like I said, this checks all the box for how how good everything.
Thanks, Red Sox.
Hey, this is the episode we were talking about.
Oh yeah, this is the one where
something the
Kyoshi
conqueror.
appears.
Yeah, where yep. Chin the Conqueror.
I killed
Something
him.
The Conqueror. You were
Chin
giving me
the
crap
Conqueror
about
was
me.
a cruel dictator, tyrant, or whatever. I can't. Oh.
It's funny, and see that's just goes to show how history gets bent depending on who's writing it, whether the losers or the winners wrote it. Yeah, it's all perspective, and that's why you need you need both sides, or you just need an impartial observer doing history, but nobody ever gets that. So anyway, I want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you for your interaction, guys. This was so much fun today. Yeah, we've been going for 52 minutes, and I'm just like, we're almost there.
I checked that in like 18 minutes. I'm like, wow, we've talked about a lot, and then I haven't really been paying attention. Like, what the?
Yeah, and that's what this show will do. Once you get talking, and seriously, we could probably sit here and quote the whole series to you because we love it that much.
Episode by episode.
And now they're going to say blah, 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 blah. But yeah, I mean, every single person besides my wife loves Avatar. Even my little 4-year-old. I had this on today as I was getting ready for things, and she came in and sat here. We're like, sweetie, you're gonna have to go out for the live stream. But why? I don't want to go out. And I'm just like, it'll still be on when you get done. So
she would have missed everything.
Yeah, I know. We'll have to go back for her. But yeah, she loves we all just sit down and watch these and laugh and talk about them. This is like anime for us, and that's what
This is a very confusing one as far as like anime or cartoon.
Yeah.
I think of it more towards anime because cartoons are very much more go towards children more, whereas this one can be enjoyed by the entire family. Yeah. And like things you see as a kid, you're like, oh, that's cool. And then when you get older and see it, you're like,
that's cool.
that makes much more sense now. Yeah. I can see where this is going.
Hello, brightest day. Thanks for Eunice.
Jinx, you owe me something.
Jinx. Thanks for popping in, and congrats. I hear you hit 200 subs today, I think and I'm sorry I missed your stream. I was in the bathtub. We got home from a family reunion. I've been camping for 3 days, and I needed to get in the tub.
Need to get clean.
I like how you announced that. You could have.
Hey, these guys are part of my family. They know. So I mean, they've never seen me bath because that would be scary.
I hope not.
Well, I was thinking of doing that because there's a comedian that there's
you lost.
I don't mean actually showing me in the bathtub. That would be awkward for everybody.
I love our reaction. We're just like, what?
Did he just say the word? No.
Would you be like you have a swimsuit on and it's just you're up?
No, there's a comedian that does bathtub. He's a British comedian. I can't think of his name.
Even without a shirt, Dad, it looks like you have a shirt on. So.
Hey, I'm sorry about the hair, but seriously, he'll sit there and all you can see is his head but he's in the tub and he just does these random and it's hilarious. He is so funny.
Just
But yeah, now. But anyway, anyway. So yes, thank you all for being here. This has been so much fun. I love this show. We love this show. If you haven't seen it all, go watch it. Because if they do more of it, and see, that's the thing. This is what gave me hope that American creators can do good stuff.
They can
when they put all the nonsense aside. And just do something great. I mean, this is as good as most animes.
The Tomorrow War is also very helpful towards that.
Yeah.
Like there's some very clear things if you think about it too much, it kind of breaks apart. But if you don't and you just enjoy it, it's a very good watch. Which you did a stream of that before, didn't you?
Yeah. Yep. I did one on the Tomorrow War. So next week, can't remember. Can't remember what we were going to talk about next week. I'm having a brain. I'm having a brain. I'm having a brain fart. I can't remember. We will be back to doing anime next week, and I believe it's going to be. I can't remember. I've got a list of things that
Is it on that notebook?
No. So I'll make an announcement this week what it is because I can't remember exactly which one's next on my list. I'm trying to go in order. I think it's Seraph of the End.
That one was so good.
I don't think I've actually seen that one.
It's really good.
I'll have to go take a look at it.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's kind of a cross between it's got vampires but it's
demon swords. Oh my gosh.
So yeah, we'll just do Seraph of the End since I've announced that already. So anyway, but yeah, thanks for being here, everybody, and we will catch you guys next week.
Don't push it. If you haven't already.
Yeah, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and we will talk to you next Sunday at 6 p.m. Central Standard. Same as always. See you guys.
Can save the world.